Hi, if you're new here, I am Kim Corallo. Shut the Front Door 2 is our business. My sister and I do this business together. We are a wreath, a door hanger, vintage, and gifts business. We sell on Etsy. We also have a website. We have 3 booth spaces as well as the salon that I own. We sell out of there too. So let's get started. Today is all about the vintage. It's all about a vintage haul, and everything that you see is going into our booth spaces unless it is something that you just have to have. Give us a message, put it in the comments, and we'll make sure that gets listed up to Etsy. We are out of Lexington, Kentucky, so if you're not local here, that is also an option for you all to be able to score some of the things that we find. Let's get started. It's going to be a little bit lengthy of a video today, I feel, because we have more things today than I've ever picked up, and I'm really excited about it. I've been shopping, my sister and I, for weeks and taking home 1 or 2 or 3 things, and that is unusual for us. So when we were able to score what we find or feel like it was quite a few things and some really good things, the price points will be all over the place, but hey, we love that when it comes to the booths because it gives everyone the opportunity to pick up a little something. Art is big for us. It always has been. It is also one of the things that I love most. This is a botanical piece, probably from the 80s. It is professionally matted and framed, and it's still in really, really good condition. It's signed. Haven't done any research, but with that granny core and that cottage core look that is really popular right now, I think this sort of fits that vibe. And so we were really happy to be able to get our hands onto that. Another thing that sort of fits that same vibe is this hand-painted tile trivet. This could simply be used as a hot plate trivet as it was designed. I like it just for art. I would probably put this on a shelf and just have it on the back, leaning back on the shelf or on an easel. I just think it's a really good piece of art. It isn't signed, and I was a little bit surprised about that. I was really excited to get this bowl. It's hand painted. The colors on it are just great. It is also not signed, and it doesn't have where it's from. It looks sort of to me like maybe Mexico, but that would clearly be a guess. I might be able to find some information on it when I do my research, but I really, really like it. I love the colors on it. Something that I'll probably hold on to myself just because it fits me really well is this all leather with brass detailed crossbody bag. It's not super huge. It is made by a company called Henry Dry Goods, which is a company out of Lexington, Kentucky. It doesn't look like it's even ever been used, and I just think I want to love it for a while before I move it on to someone else. Let's see here, another trivet. This is probably made in India, hand carved. It doesn't have its sticker anymore, but it's in really, really good shape. These do super great as just a little pickup because you can use them for a riser to set a vase on. You can use it as a hot plate or a trivet like it is designed to do, but it also looks super good as a backdrop on a shelf. This one's a little bit on the smaller size, but I love the flower detail around it. Moving fast today, guys, because it is getting darker outside and I'm losing my daylight, and I'm noticing that the lighting is not super great today. So I want to get through this sort of big haul. I picked up some vintage jewelry, and I love vintage jewelry for myself, and I will pick it up for myself. To resell, I've only really ever tried brooches, but I found some really nice lucite and brass bangles, and so these were just a no-brainer for me. I'm going to try these in the booth. This is something too that my husband built me a locked case, and what do you feel about locked cases when you're shopping for vintage? I know some of the malls have those really floor to ceiling locked cases, and they have those on purpose for people that have just a smaller variety, and sometimes they want you to even get started in their stores that way. But I sort of have a love-hate relationship. It's almost that I don't want to ask for a key, because then if I decide not to get the item, it feels like I've wasted their time. Now, I don't think they feel that way, meaning the owners and the people that work at the malls. I just feel like, for me, I sort of feel like that. But in the case of some of this jewelry, it's not that it's even that valuable. I mean, some of the other things that I'm putting in will have a higher price point, and they're going to be more valuable. But at the malls that we sell in, they have shopping carts and they have baskets, but they're not enclosed, meaning little brooch like this would just fall right through. So that means the person would have to hold on to it. Again, not a big deal, but you know, when they stop in another space to look at something else, it would just be easy to lay down, easy to get lost is basically what I'm saying. So I don't know. I think I'm going to try it, and I hope that it goes well for some of the smaller pieces, but I would like your opinions on what you guys like when you're shopping. Two brooches that are vintage. This is an enamel. This is an enamel over some kind of metal, and it's just a flower shape. It's my favorite. It is really, really beautiful. And then this red, white, and blue. I've had similar styles. People love this red, white, and blue, and I thought with the 4th coming on, I thought kind of like that was a no-brainer as well. Let me go ahead and show you some of the other jewelry pieces. I picked this up. It was in a piece of plastic, and it's just metal. I thought it could be brass. It's just metal. It's just some type of a bird. And I think based on the little piece on the back, I think this was probably supposed to be a ring. I thought it was a pendant, and I make jewelry as well some, and I thought that would be a really cool pendant. However, with it being broken, I'm changing up my mind, and I'm going to make something else out of it. I probably will try to find, not this frame, but I had this little print that we also picked up. Try to find some kind of a gilded frame, and then put something on the back, and then just, you know, have it in like that, so that the actual bird is the art. I don't know. I don't have a frame yet, and I don't have the idea set in my mind yet, but I did think that that could be some way that I could actually use that, since it is not a pendant and it was actually broken. So that's another thing that, you know, it would have been maybe nice for that to have been on. It's my fault. I should have opened it up and looked at it, but I didn't. Maybe, you know, if it had said as is on the little tag, but it was inexpensive, and I'm still glad that I have it, because now I think I can think outside the box and do something else with it. These are also pendants. They are some kind of stone, and this one I think is just decorative. I don't think it is anything except for just cut stone. I think this is blue lapis, really pretty. Now that I'm doing something else with the bird, I might be doing something else with all these other pendants that I picked up. This one is, I'm not sure what kind of stone, but it is carved stone as well, and has a bird on it. Probably not super easy to see on camera. This one is probably my favorite, and I need to check to see if any of these glow. I didn't. Well, I don't think so, because I think they're all natural stone. But this is a tiger. Just love the colors on that one. And then this one also had a bird on it, and it's some type of a black stone. So these were all going to be used in some type of jewelry making, but I'm thinking now that if I can find the frame and get done what I want done with the little bird, what I thought was a pendant, which should have been a ring, which was broken, I might do the same thing with these pieces. And then that brings me to this owl. And it could be a pendant. It's pretty big, but it could, I mean, for a pendant, but not any bigger than the other pieces. But I think it was probably maybe designed to hang in a window with the stained glass. I'm not exactly sure, but this can go into that project pile maybe. I don't know. I just kind of loved it. I just kind of thought it was cool. A little bit different. This is another thing that I really don't know exactly what it is. It's a blown, I mean, it's a decorative item, but I don't know anything about it. It's a hand blown, words are hard, guys, piece of glass. It's an iris flower. It's really fragile. So this is a good example of something that I would put into a case, not because it's super valuable, any more valuable than some of the other things, but it comes in 2 pieces. And I could just see someone picking this up and not realizing it was 2 pieces, and the way this is just so fragile, it getting broken. It's just too beautiful to be broken. So I could lay it like this in a case and then, you know, have on a tag that it goes together, and it's self-explanatory that it goes into its base like this. Anyway, I thought it was super great. Didn't want to leave that behind. Let's see these. I've got things everywhere. I've got them in front of me on both sides, so I'm sorry if I'm in and out of the camera angle. I'm still working on camera placement and trying to get all of that in good working order. Swizzle sticks. These don't have a super high value either, but these are vintage. They are glass, and they're getting harder to find. I like to put these together. I'll tie them together with a piece of twine, and I will sell these separately, but on a bar cart, probably beside rocks glasses. Now, I don't have the glasses. I have glasses. I don't have any. I didn't pick any up in this haul, so I don't have any glasses to show you in this video. But I do have an awesome mug, handmade awesome mug. And guys, if you all know pottery and you go to these art festivals like I do, I have only ever purchased 2, and one of them I didn't even purchase. My sister bought it for me, but I loved it, and I was gonna pass it up because of the price. It was $40, and she went back and got it for me. But it was a handmade mug. I drink my coffee out of it a lot, not every morning, because I have a lot of mugs that I love. And then I did purchase another one myself, which was probably in the 30s. So they're pricey. So when I can find them at a good price, and then I can pass them along at a good price, they're really good pickups for the booth. Probably could sell them online too, but with the shipping costs for something that small, I don't know. I don't know if the, I don't know how that would play out. But let's go ahead and talk about another item that I found. These aren't probably super old. They are sterling silver earrings. They're balls. I had these myself in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and I lost mine. So these I loved them, and they may stay with me. However, I got such a great deal on these, I might pass them along. Also, another thing, because I knew I was going to have my locked case, I was picking up a lot of these smaller items that would be really good in the case. And this is another one of those things, a sterling silver bangle, and it even has the chain. I forget what those are called, but I think it's supposed to help keep you from losing it if it comes open. And then it has the clasp that locks when you put it in. Like my descriptions, guys, I need to get better with some of my descriptions, I think. This is probably going to be a little hard to see. It is a horse cameo and is encased in sterling silver, and I don't have a chain for it, so I'll probably just sell it on its own, but it's really lovely. I haven't done any research on any of my items, so I don't know if it's worth more than I paid, but that's maybe all that I know. I have had tulip, glass and brass tulip candle holders before, more than once. I have never found the candelabra. I didn't even know there was one, but I saw it. I went straight for it, and I'm not gonna shine it up even. I like the patina on it. I think I'm gonna keep it just as it is, and I'm gonna price this stuff and probably get it in to our booth or one of our booths tomorrow. Something else that I picked up that I never pick up. I picked up this Tiffany style lamp, and it's not that I don't like the lamps. I usually don't like the stained glass. And if I'm not crazy about it, it's hard for me to pass it on. It's hard for me to sell it. But these, the colors, I hope it's showing through on camera good. The greens and the blues, and it just sparkles. I just love it. And then the base is some kind of metal. I don't think it is brass, and it has some like lily pads on the bottom. Really, really well done. It needs to be tightened up. The shade is loose, but it was really, really one of those no-brainers for me. Glass pieces are really hard for me to find. Even milk glass is hard for me to find, but I found this and I just thought it was beautiful. It's a vase. It has sort of the ruffle detail on it with the footed base. I just really couldn't pass it up. Unfortunately, I haven't done research, so I don't know who the maker is. Maybe Westmoreland. It does have a sticker, but I'm not able to really read the sticker. I should have probably done that before I got online. I was losing daylight though, so I was trying to get everything out and unpackaged and then unwrapped, and losing daylight, so I needed to move along. You guys could probably tell me who the makers are. Do you remember these bags? Did you guys have these bags? I had this style, but I also had the wooden handle style. They are made probably really popular in the 80s, maybe even late 70s, but they had interchangeable with these little buttons, the interchangeable covers, and that's what made them so cool. I had the one that had my monogram on it. This one only came with the one cover. It's the plaid cover, and it's the plastic or lucite handles that clasp shut, and I just couldn't pass it up. It was sort of that nostalgia type of thing for me. I'm not sure if it'll be super popular, but I was willing to give it a try. Starting to rain again, guys, so if you can hear that noise, that's what that is. Another handmade piece that is signed. This is an ikebana, which is a flower vase. You put your water in the dish and you put your flower stem. It would probably fit one or two depending on how thin the flower stem is, and then the flower sticks up. I never pass these up if I can find them at good prices. Finding them at good prices is getting harder and harder to do, but when I can pick them up, they're an easy pickup for me. I've picked up a couple of little things. It looks like I might need to have an owl cell. I have, excuse me guys, 2 or 3, well, I have 3 in my hand, owls this time. This is I'm not going to get the name correctly, Artisania Renicanata, maybe have that correct. Doubt I pronounced it correctly, but love this little guy. He's a bigger one, so he's probably about 3.5 inches tall. Look at this cute little owl. Little cutie pie, hand-painted Mexican owl. And then this lucite owl that I have also heard these called vomit pieces, vomit glass. Just not a real attractive name for something, but I thought he was cute and I picked him up. I picked this up, guys, thinking that this was also an ikebana flower vase, but when I got it home, it's Japanese. This is green, and it could probably be used for that, and that's the beauty of vintage items. You don't always have to use things for their intended purpose, But as I got it home and as I started looking, I think this is actually an ashtray. It has those little indents there, so you can use it just to be pretty on a side table as an ashtray or an ikebana flower vase, which is what I thought it truly was. I picked up some things that I never pick up, and that is a couple of hankies and a scarf. I just thought they were pretty. I thought they were sweet. The price was right, so I was willing to take a chance on them. The scarf, and then this one was embroidered. It probably needs to be pressed, but living in the state of Kentucky, anything horse related, I usually pick it up, or derby related, because it does do well for us. But I also do a really big display around derby, so if I still have these items, that's always a win. They had 2 of these and I picked up both of them. It is jockey silks and jockeys and horses, and the colors are just really, really fun. So those were all really just no-brainers. And then this was fun, guys. It's a headscarf, and I've never seen one. So it goes like this, and then you tie it, I think, in the back. Maybe you would tie it like this. You know, you've seen women in movies wear them in their convertibles. The price was right. I just thought, you know, when the prices are right, I just like to try different things and just see. This plate is one of my very favorite finds. It is marked on the back. It is truly, truly one of the coolest pieces that I have ever found of that chinoiserie style. And I'm blanking out on the other name that I'm trying to say. Maybe it'll come to me before the end of the video, or maybe I'll put it in the comments, because I'm totally losing what I'm trying to say, rambling a little bit at this point. It's not coming to me. But anyway, these are typically not items I find, and they are typically items that have a pretty high value given the fact of what they are. I'm not sure I kind of understand that whole process of what makes dishes, and some dishes more expensive. Age, I guess, but rarity, possibly, I don't know. But I do know what this is. That's a little berry bowl. It is copper and brass, very, very great size. Just cute, just to use in a kitchen, just for decor. Wouldn't even have to use it as its intended purpose. I did just now see that this one does have a little bit of a dent on it, but it's not noticeable that much. Maybe I would have passed it up had I noticed it before. I don't typically like to pick up damaged items, but something like that I don't know that would have been a game changer. I love this ginger jar, guys. I love the shape of it. I believe this is an older one, and I love that it has all the fruit. The colors on it are just really, really good. Ginger jars are always a win for me. I pick them up whenever I can find them in good condition, and you've heard me say, I even like them better when they're not blue and white. Don't get me wrong, I love blue and white, but I like the other colors just as well. This was so fun. This is a hand-painted box with feet. Has a handle with the birds on it. The colors on it are just great. I can see this in a craft room. If you're a beader, I can, that's someone who makes jewelry. Guys, I'm low battery. If you are someone who likes to make jewelry, all the compartments, you could put your beads in there, but I probably wouldn't use it for anything except for taking up space on a side table, because I just think it's beautiful. I just love everything about it. The hand painting, the feet, the legs, everything about it to me was a win. picked up a lot of lamps, and I don't typically pick up a lot of lamps. I don't think this is super old, but I do think it's super cute and would look really good in a bathroom, a little girl's room, on a side table, in a guest room as a night light. It is stained glass. It's in really good condition. And since we're on lamps, let's keep going. Look at this brass banker's lamp. I really like this, guys. I thought that this was a good find. It's old, it's vintage, but it's not super old. It's in really, really good shape. And things like this are always things that go very, very quickly within the booth. And let's see here. Oh, look at this Tanala duck. He still has a tag on him, but he's really, really cute and really good shape, signed on the bottom. Anything that is signed Mexican Tanala artwork, I should say, it's just really popular right now. This is, I'm not sure who makes this. This is just, you know, it's a butterfly, obviously. I loved, it's hand painted, it's delicate. It may have come in a set. They only had the one. I just picked up the one. And so I will sell it just as is, as a little shelf sitter, but I really thought it was super cute. And I never find anything with chicks. This is an old, made in Portugal, egg cup. So it's double egg cup. I wouldn't use it as an egg cup, even though there's nothing wrong with that. This to me would just be a figurine on my shelf, and I wouldn't use it just for Easter. I would use it year round because I think it's just that cute. Let's see here. Oh yeah, a set of napkin rings. These have some hand painting on them, just an Asian style. These are just really good shape, and I thought that I thought they were really pretty. I like to find them in sets of 6 or 8, but I typically only ever find them in sets of 4. So I went ahead and got them, and I'm all tangled up here. I told you earlier that granny core, granny chic style is really popular, and so are these hand knitted little doilies that people used to use. I guess they still use them. And like maybe they would have this on their table and then a vase sitting on top of it. I think they would look really, really cute in a kitchen possibly. If you had a bowl, that only thing I have is the berry bowl here, but you know, maybe have it kind of draped over the side. I think that's kind of cute. Could be cuter than what that is. Brass is hot, and so are horses, so I couldn't pass up this brass horse. The same place I got the brass horse, I was able to pick up this carousel horse. It's a little bit smaller, but super cute as well. And I think these two pieces, I think the patina on these are really good, and I don't think I'll do any shining up of that. And let's go back to the plate because it came to me, Majolica. It's a true Majolica piece, so not Majolica style, which is still awesome and oftentimes vintage, but this is true Majolica style plate. And it's not the bright colors like the pinks and the yellows and the greens and the blues, but I liked the brown. I liked it really well, especially since I don't find that type of thing very often. And a little wooden bowl that has a handle. These are great, would look really good beside your candle. Put your matchsticks in it, would be really cute. Just, you know, maybe even as, well, it's wood. I was gonna say a soap dish, but with it being wood, I don't know if I would use it as a soap dish unless it's just decorative. But hand carved, always a win. Loved this, you guys. It's green, and if you know me, you know green is my favorite. It is Hager, and the little tag on it said that this came from Ellen. And Ellen gave this to her, and I can't see the date, sorry, but why she got rid of it, I don't know, but I'm really excited that I was able to get my hands on it. It's porcelain, I think, some kind of porcelain. Granny chic, granny core, kind of popular. Thought I would try this runner just because it kind of gave those vibes, and I thought it was in really, really good shape. Just sometimes when I'm trying new things, if I can get them at the right prices, I'm not afraid to try them. You know, if I had to pay $18 for that, you know, I don't know that I would have taken a chance on it, but for the price that I got it, which it's not on here anymore, so I don't remember what that was. I feel like that I could take, you know, I could take a better chance on it, and the colors were good. It wasn't something that felt sort of scary to me. Okay, so this is a silver tray, and I know that everyone that I follow in this industry says that silver is coming back, and that the brass metal is going out. That hasn't happened in my area so much, but I am picking up silver pieces, silver plated pieces when I can, especially when they're this great. This is large in size. It has feet on it, which is unusual. It is definitely silver plate, not sterling, but it would be just great as a riser in the booth. Even if it stays for a while, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. The patina on it is absolutely great. I couldn't or wouldn't want to change that. Well, I guess I could, but I don't want to change that. Bell pulls. Have you heard of a bell pull? I didn't even know there was such a thing until I started vintage hunting, and I've run across, this is my third one, and this one is stitched, probably looks like crewel work to me. I don't know all my stitching that well, but this is well done. It has the chain, and this would just hangs on the wall. So if you have like a wall that is skinny, you know, we have those places, this would be something that would work really, really well. And it has like just woodland kind of characters, birds and bunnies, and it looks like a fox, more birds, and maybe a cat at the bottom with flowers. The colors are good on it. The stitching is great on it. It is lined on the back, and I'm getting to the very end, which I think is one of the coolest parts, and that's the big pom-pom that hangs on the end. Almost at the end, guys. I have a couple more pieces of art. This is another piece of crewel art. It is framed and it is finished on the back, but it doesn't have glass. And I kind of like that, because if this doesn't go in the booth, then I'm not afraid to ship it, even though it's a larger size. This looks like, you know, it's a little loose, but it doesn't bother me because it is just part of the charm and part of the character to me. This was really something that I was excited to get my hands on, but the next piece is a little bit unusual for me. It's quite a bit older of a piece, and maybe I would have passed it up if the price wasn't right. But at the price, I wanted to take a chance. This is probably past vintage. This is probably antique. It is needlework and needlepoint work. It's a little boy holding a dog, and the colors on it are great. The stitching is great. The frame, it has some scratches and some scuffs. It's really lightweight. It does not have a back, which is telling me that that is probably indicative to the age, maybe. Is that even the right word? I don't know. But it's nailed on, which I thought was super cool. And this is what stitch work looks like on the back, guys. But it does have a hanger, and I'm gonna just leave it like this and put this in the booth. This is probably past vintage. It is probably more of an antique piece. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I was happy to give it a chance. I could see this in a lot of different settings. I can see this in a guest bedroom or a bedroom, a child's room. I think it would look super great just leaned up on a shelf or on the wall. But I could also see this, guys, in a study. I just think it's super cute, and I was excited to be able to get my hands on it. That is all I have for you today. Actually, I have more. I just couldn't spread it out far enough to get to everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and price what we have and go ahead and get it to the booths. But go ahead, if you like this type of thing, subscribe to the video, give us a thumbs up, likes, comments, tell us what you like, what you didn't like. If there was a particular piece that you loved, tell us why you loved it. And guys, go out and have a great day, and we will talk to you really soon.